Well, they offered me a promotion to lieutenant colonel. And I thought about it for a couple of days. I was making about $1,000 a month. Flight pay was $150. Combat pay was another $150 a month. And I was living on that with a couple of kids. And I was working probably 10 hours a day for the Air Force. But my last year in the Air Force, while I was working 8 or 10 hours a day, I made $80,000 in my garage after work, casting bronzes. I learned how to do that. And because they wanted me to be a lieutenant colonel, which means they'd take me out of a cockpit and give me a desk job, maybe send me to the Pentagon, where I was not going to go under any circumstances, or to a headquarters someplace where you sit in meetings all day long and wear a Class A uniform. I didn't want to do any of those things, and I said I'm gonna take a chance. And I talked to my wife, and we talked it over. And you know what she said? Whatever you want to do. That's the way she is. And I said that I'm going to get out. And the day before I got out, the Air Force presented me with a Silver Star for a mission that I'd flown in Vietnam. And it was presented to me in the headquarters building on the base there by a full colonel from the Pentagon that was a very important person. And they were waving the flag at me, and motherhood and apple pie and all that stuff, and it was, you know, you're not unaffected by some of those things. But I said, no, I don't know where the edge is, but I'm gonna bend this thing as far as it'll go. And I lived about 7 miles. It was 7 miles from Reese Air Force Base into Lubbock through cotton fields. I had a little Volkswagen Bug, and I got about halfway home, and a strange feeling came over me. And I pulled over the side of the road. I crawled out of that Volkswagen Bug. I climbed through a barbed wire fence, walked a couple hundred yards out into this big cotton patch. I took my watch off. I threw it just as far as I could throw it. I had a little calendar in my wallet. I took it out and ceremonially shredded it and ceremonially threw it to the four winds. I said, it's a whole new ball game from now on.